Hey, good good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So happy you could be with me this morning and spend some time trading with me at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself, and we do that by helping you become financially independent by teaching you how to currency trade with our very accurate trading tools, and we supplement that with what I consider to be the best in the business, personalized one-on-one training. And we think one-on-one training is the only way to really learn currency trading. There's lots of different tools out there, and there's in fact so much information. It's overwhelming. We simplify it, bring it down to a means that's easy to understand. Our tools have been time tested. So in this session, I am going to use two of our trading signals to see if we can find a trade this morning and take it. And one of the signals is called the 10-point trade. It's one of a dozen different signals. As you get into coaching, we review the various signals with you and find one that resonates with you, and then create a trade plan around it. So with that, let us get going, and we need to start by listening to this guy who's a little grumpy in the morning, but got to do what you got to do.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about our program is that we do these live trade sessions. We do them twofold. One is it's a training for training, so that you can see a good trader trade and listen to his analysis and pick up some tips to incorporate into your trading. And two, to support you while you are developing your skill, because we give out these trades. Historically, we net about 150 pips per week off of these live trades. If you're in a light, you get the limited access to the live trades, but once you become a regular member, you get, which is down here on the green, we do live trades in the morning at 10 Eastern and live trades in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern. We've got a Wednesday evening program. We do additional training Saturday morning in addition to your one-on-one training. So being able to do these sessions is a great, to me, terrific value. Before I got good at trading, I used to attend all of these. So if you're not doing at least 10 pips a day, I would attend as many as you can. I work off of a checklist. I first start by making sure everything is connected and live. So I've done that before we've come on. A review of yesterday. Good habit, specifically for improvement. We're looking to figure out what it is that we did wrong. What did we miss in our analysis? Now, we're not going to get it right all the time. But we need to kind of stay on top of it. If you're trading on a 5-minute chart, it's kind of hard to keep track of all the trades you're making. But if you trade on kind of a little bit of a longer term chart, you can take a screenshot so that you can go back and review or reach out to whatever coach you're working with to get some feedback. As we are technical traders, which means we are trading based on the price movement, which our indicators are very good at picking up what's going to be happening. We also want to know what's in the news because the news impacts currency. To do that, we go to forexfactory.com and it breaks the news down into 3 categories. Low impact, which is the yellow, high, medium impact, which is the orange, and high impact, which is the red. And we do not have anything until any reds until tomorrow, and we don't even have a time for it. So we've got kind of clear sailing. But the one thing we need to note is that it's a bank holiday in France, and it is also a bank holiday today in the U.S. When it is a bank holiday, volume will be down. When volume is down, the indicators aren't quite as accurate as they are when it's a normal trading day. So I'm going to want to see a compelling setup to take the trade, given that we're down on the volumes on dollar, Canadian dollar, and part of the euro. So let's see what we have. This chart is the light 6 major, which is one of the core charts in your chart. I like to call it the composite chart because it gives us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, it's all US pairs. And we're trading off of a 1-hour candle. The signals work basically the same way, depending on whatever time period you're trading on. It's just it takes longer for the move to happen if you're trading on a longer term time chart. So for the initial setup, I'm starting here in the middle with the majors and minors. Red and green lines are the major indicator. Black and gray is the minor indicator. And I am looking for a situation where we are below the red line, which means undersold, or above the blue line, which is overbought. And when we're oversold, that is a buying opportunity. So we were oversold here. And I am looking for when the lines are all pointing up. And we have here, the lines are all pointing up. When they are pointing up, then I am looking for the green line to be on top and the gray line to be on top. So I have that. So I've got 3 points here. 1, that we were oversold. 2, that the lines are pointing up. And 3, that I've got the red, the green line on top and the gray line on top. When I have 3 points, I am going to go up to the TNTs and see if I'm getting consistency with that. My only issue here is I'm not crazy about the slope on the red and green, the majors. I'd rather see this a little steeper, as we see how steep the minors are. They're going up at, what is that, a 65 degree angle, where this is under 45 degrees. The steepness on this counts. But we do have all 3. So when I go up to the TNTs, 2 orange lines going up. When orange goes up, that means buy. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related. So it coming down means buy. So I got 3 of the 4 telling me buy. I have sideways pressure, kind of slight down sideways pressure. I've got the green line on top. So even though I've got down pressure with the green line on top, that counts for a point. When I see the green line on top, I prefer to see the slope on the green line going up. So we do have the green line on top. So we've got 7 points here. 1 from the pressure, 3 points here on the for the majors and minors, and 3 points here on the TNT. But I'm telling you that I'm not in love with this signal. So even though I've got 7 points, I'm not in love. But let's go on and do a little more analysis and see what we come up with. And when I say do a little bit more analysis, what I am looking for is I want to know, if I go back to my trade routine, I want to know where the support and resistance are and what the trend is. So to do that, I'm going to open up a clean chart, and this was AUD, a USD. Again, we've got to remember we're going into nighttime for Australia, which is okay, but it's going to be slow here in the U.S. because of the holiday. So another thing that scares me. So I'm going to crunch up the chart so I can drop some support and resistance in. Support and resistance are places where the candles seem to naturally stop. So I drop a line in, and then I'm going to kind of move it to grab it and move it to spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So it's stopping in here, it's stopping here, right in here and here, over here. And then I'm going to drop one in above, one in below. And this is a little bit of an art. There are some things you can do to kind of make it a little more precise. But since if it's a chart I trade off all the time, I save it. I do the more precise thing, and then I save it so I don't have to redo it every time. So, right in here, in here, over here. So we got one above, one below. And then in terms of what's the trend? So we're trading into a downtrend. Now I'm going to kind of move this, open it back up so I can see it a little bit better. And let's move this up so that we can see it. And then I want to know how many pips do I have from where we currently are to the support and resistance line. So I've got about 17 pips up and $12 pips down. 17 pips up, 12 pips down. And we are looking at a buy, but the issue is we are going against what happened to him? We are going against the trend. So we're taking a buy, but the market's in a general down move. So I'm going to take less pips than I would. I'm not going to take the full 17 pips because we're trading against the trend. But I want to, before I decide how many pips I want to take, I want to get some support for that signal that we saw. So that support for the signal that we saw is I am going to go to a chart that shows different time periods and see what the 2 hour and 4 hour are doing if they support what I'm seeing in the 1 hour. And this is a little interesting. And the reason it's a little interesting, this is going up on, oh no, it's pretty much the same. All right. So it took a minute for it to form. I'm on the 2 hour and 4 hour. I want to see that we are oversold. And my reason being, so we are oversold here. I don't necessarily care that the lines are going up, but in this case it is. So that's a boost. And in here, oversold and the lines are going up, even though they're kind of sideways. I don't necessarily care about the lines going up, but I kind of want it oversold. And the reason I want it oversold is because if I'm wrong here, I can make it back up on the 2-hour or the 4-hour, because eventually this is going to go up. Now you can see, I say eventually, but you can see we've been down a long time here for on the 2-hour, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So for the last 12 hours, the line's been down here. So it can hang out down for a while. And even here, it's been down 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours. We've been below. We've been oversold. But the thought is it's not going to go ideally that much. I'm not going to get stopped out because it is oversold. So I like this. We actually have the green line on the pressure above here. We have the green line on the pressure above here. And both lines are diverging. I don't necessarily consider the day chart in it, but the day chart, we are also oversold with the green line on top. So I like this. Now the question is, what's it worth? What's it worth? So let me take some of these lines off. Oh. Delete. Let's delete. I just want to look at it a little better. Now we could easily get 7 pips, go to the kind of the right in here, midway, 7, 8 pips. I think we can go, oops. I think we can go 8 pips on this AUD USD. My only caveat is that we are, this may take a bit to close because it's going to be a slow day. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take a buy here. So I'm going to open up my MetaTrader 4. I'm going to look and see if I get an AUD USD chart open. I don't. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and I'm going to look for AUD USD, and it's right here in the top group. I'm going to open it up. I am going to go to the second row and go to New Order. My volume, this is a demo account. I've got 11,000 in it, so I'm going to use a volume of 1.1. So I'm just moving the decimal place over 4 spots. So if I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1.1, it is going to be a market execution. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or the take profit right at this moment. I just want to get the order in. So I'm going to click buy, the blue button. It records it, and you can see it down below. If I click anywhere along the trade, it highlights in blue. I right click, go to modify, and I can put in my number of pips here and it'll do the math. So I'm going to put in 82, which is 8.2 pips. Click the little blue button and it does the math for me. And right now we're going to use a 4 times stop loss. So 4 times 8 is 1632. So we're going to use a 320 point, which is a 32 pip stop loss. And click the red button. It does the math. I put it in, and I want to kind of see where everything is. Okay, so we took a buy on the AUD USD, and we have a take profit at 0.73091, 73091, and a stop loss at 0.72686, 7868, 0.72686. Let's see if we can find another trade. I am going to quickly see if we have, I'm going to use a different signal here. I'm going to use the 10-point signal. So this is a different trade. So different trade, different analysis. On the 10-point trade that we just did, that is usually off of a 1-hour chart. It's going to be good for anywhere from 5 to 30 pips. On say the Euro USD, the space between the support and resistance on the Euro USD on a dollar on a 1-hour chart tends to be about 30 pips, 30, 40 pips. So with that, we're never going to go beyond, when we're doing our take profit, we're never going to go beyond the support and resistance for the take profit. Only reason when I would is say I've already had a good day, I've got a trade in, and the trade is profitable. I may extend out my take profit to let it run and pull up my stop loss. But like on the first trades of the day, I won't do that. So let us go back and see on the for this thick orange line trade. This thick orange line trade, we want to take it when there's less than 5 minutes left on the top of the hour. It's a little scalp trade. We don't have to do anything to calculate what the trade is worth. It's always worth 5 pips. So with that, what I'm looking at is what the thick orange line is doing. Thick orange line is the fastest of these indicators here, and it's scaled. And when it's as high as it can go, this number is 10. When it is as low as it can go, the number is 0. So I'm looking for situations where when it's at 10, it's telling me, hey, I don't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to sell. Likewise, when it is at 0, it's telling me there's no more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. However, the trick to being a good trader is having a high accuracy score. So then the question is, how do I improve my accuracy to make sure that what this signal is signaling to me is good? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to couple it with what's going on with the majors and minors. And basically, if this number is at 10, I want to see all 4 of these lines way above the blue, telling me that we're way overbought. When I have condition 1 and condition 2, it's a good trade. And this is a real simple trade to be able to, I can go through a bunch of pairs in 3 minutes and see if I've got a setup here. So we're at 5, so no. 7, no. 6, no. 4, no. 3, no. USD JPY 0.6. That is within 1 point of 0. So we can be within 1 point of either end. So I've got a yes here. Now I want to look at my majors and minors and see if I have support for it. And no, I don't. The red and green line, the majors, are still in the middle of the channel. I want all four lines, like I want the red and green line actually even a little lower than what the gray line is now. So I don't have it here. So let's go to another chart and see if we see something. So I'm just going to switch. All right, let's so we're at 5 minutes left to the top of the hour. We got a little bit of a freeze up just for Control Alt Delete. Let's see. So we are taxing the CPU a little bit. I do have a lot of windows open. Plus I'm streaming and we're doing a go-to meeting. So it's stressing the processor. That may be why this guy's freezing up. But in any case, we're going to go to, we'll just open a new window and hopefully that takes care of it. Indicator. All right, so again, I'm looking for a 0 or a 10. So no, or within 1. Yes, 9 is within 1. All the lines are above. Euro Canadian. I like this trade. The lines, the red and green line, are well above the blue. So we're going to take a 5 pip sell on the Euro Canadian. So Euro Canadian, I'm guessing I don't have that one. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. He's not in the top group. He's not in the middle group. He is not in the Euro. Canadian is here. Again, the only issue we have on this is it's a bank holiday. But we're going to go ahead and take it 5 pips. So I go to the second row. I go to New Order. Make sure I've got the right pair. Euro Canadian. The volume is going to be the same. I can have 2 open trades and have this margin number above 1,000. So it's a market trade. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or the take profit. Market sell. It records it. I am going to then right click anywhere along the line here, go to modify. And this trade is worth 5 pips. So I'm going to 5 pips is 50 points. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. We're going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss on this. We use a 4-to-1 stop loss because this trade is accurate about 90% of the time. So if we win 9 trades, we're ahead 45 pips. We lose one for 20 pips. We're still net ahead 25 pips. So I click the red button. It calculates it. The only thing I like to do is just make sure that we get the full 5 pips. So I want to see where we got in at. We got in at 44.057. So we're going to go to 44.07. So I'm just going to adjust this so that we get our full 5 pips. I click modify, and it drops the lines in. In terms of timing on when this trade closes on those thick orange line trades, they should close within the next hour. Ideally, once the next hour switches over. On our 10-point trade, that could take up to 3 hours. Today, since it's a holiday, maybe it may take a little bit longer. So on this thick orange line trade, we want to, the clock has changed. So one thing that tends to give us additional support, some traders actually like to wait till the hour changes. So now we're in the new hour, we're 30 seconds into the new hour, and they want to see this number change by at least 1. So we were up at 9, and now it's gone down to 4. So this tells me that was indeed a good trade. This is going to start coming down. So let's see if we've got any questions. We got a recommendation for a pound New Zealand dollar. Let's take a quick. If you guys got a few minutes, let's go ahead and take a look at it. The pound New Zealand dollar. Let's see if it's. Oops, we've got a. Let's go back to the other chart. Pound New Zealand dollar. Great Britain pound NZD. And I'm going to pull it back in an hour. So to pull it back, I'm going to highlight it and then just go back. On the hour chart, it started to go sideways. On the 2-hour chart, we have a setup here. This is a nice setup. All the lines are clustered. So we've got 3 points here on the 2-hour chart. The signal works the same on all the charts. Only thing I don't like here is we've got the little kink in the green line. So we've got more steep and less steep. But if I look up my TNTs, the 2 orange lines are going down. Thick blue is going up. So I got 3 of the 4 here. I have up pressure, but the red line is crossed over on top. So I've got 7 points here. The 4-hour is oversold. Overbought. It's not coming down yet, but it is overbought. Let's look where the support and resistance is. Just a Great Britain pound and NZD. Now this is a pair that's very volatile, so it moves a bunch, and it moves quickly when it moves. So let's drop some support and resistance in. So we're trading into a downtrend. It looks like it might have start to break out of that downtrend, came back, went back up. But let's put some support and resistance in just to see. Oops. Let's put some support and resistance in. Horizontal line. I'm going to grab one. Um, Let's look at it a little better. Opening it up. So we're kind of in a downtrend, but it seems to have stalled out a little bit. Downtrend. It's starting to go up. We are just below the resistance. What was the signal we were looking at? So we're looking at a sell. Sell. Let's see how much we have. $70 pips. 20 pips. Let me see that 70 pips is 2. Trying to see kind of a midpoint in here. And if we go to the midpoint, oops, this guy out of the way. $38 pips. If we were to take a trade here on this might not close till the end of the day because we're kind of stalled out here on the 1 hour chart. But the 2 hour chart, you know, this might take 6-8 hours to close. But this is a nice signal. So let's go ahead and take it. What the heck? The only Well, hold on. Let me just. The only thing that's bothering me is the kink in the green line. How about this? We're going to hedge our bet. Oh, now this is even going up. You know what? Let's hold off. It's going up, and what I'm thinking about is maybe to take a sell stop so that if it moves, if it starts to come down and start going down, we think about it. But you can see it's turned while we've been doing our analysis. So let's just stay with what we've got. And we've got 2 trades. If we were to take another trade, we'd put a little pressure on our margin. So we're going to just stay with what we got. So we took two trades today. One on the AUD USD, which was a 10-point trade. Another on the Euro CAD. Actually, on the Euro CAD, we got a take profit of 1.44007, and a stop loss of 1.44261. Okay, gang, thanks for being here, and we will see you next Monday. Thanks so much. We're here to trading's been great for me. Once you learn how to do it, it will be great for you too. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.